Hey guys, Time with Monts Family Homestead. Gonna take you along a little journey today at work. T770 skid steer. Set a cylinder right there, pouring hydraulic fluid. Gonna pull it off, pack it, put it back together. We'll take you along on that journey. All right guys, first things first. These are supplied like let's try that again. These are supplied with a safety arm, if you will, that goes in between here and bottoms out at the top of the cylinder. That way you can ease the mast arm or lift or whatever you want to call it, let it down. And then when we do that, now me being old and forgetful, me being old and forgetful, I left my tripod at home this morning, so I'm going to show you step by step, but I don't know if I can do it. I'll try to do it some with with my phone. That's what I'm using this morning. My daughter's got our GoPro at college, but I'll try to do it that way and give you the best insight, if you will, on how to do this. All right, first thing, this has got just a Velcro you can pull off of here. Then it's got a snout right there. Undo that, and this has got a snap here, but then we need to come around and take these bolts out, 3 of those and then 1 there, and this has got Velcro and 1 snap around it. And I'll show you why I'm doing this. It makes it a whole lot easier. This has got Velcro around that. Like I said, this is a forestry package. We'll and see all the stuff that's down in there, but let me get that off, then I'll show you the rest. All right, the cover is off around, and I've got stuff back behind there. There's still 1 bolt back here. I'm gonna leave it there. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this down, and where it stops right there at the resting point, that'll put all the pressure on that. We can come here, pull this bolt out, pull the pin out, and then we can go down with the lift again. That'll let this cylinder retract inside of here. Then you have to have a special spanner wrench. See that hole there and that hole there? You take and put this spanner wrench around that. I'll show you a picture of it in just a minute. Unscrew this, unscrew that, that's called a head gland. Unscrew that, then we'll let the cylinder rest where this part is. We'll let it rest down to there instead of pulling it all out, because the pin to the bottom, I'll show you where it's at if I didn't even get a shot at it. But it's right there. And I really don't want to take all this off to get there, and that's the easiest way to do it. So if you run into this, do it the same way. Just let this down, undo your cap, pull it out. Now you're gonna have oil in the top of your cylinder because your piston is about, well, it'll be about here when it comes down. So there won't be much. Just get you a catch pan, put up under, down here, that way it'll run in there, or put you some oil dry or some oilcloth. You can see just by letting the ram down, it is all the way. See how much fluid's coming out of there. Outside of here is what they call a dust seal. It's just to keep stuff out of there. You can also tell, hadn't greased this thing very well either. That's not good. Look at the pin right there. Let's pull that out. Yeah, we can probably clean that up. It's not really grooved that bad. All right, guys, got everything out of the way. What we did, we lifted the the boom back up. Of course, I'm all about safety. So that's a 2-ton hoist. I've got the chain wrapped around that just to be sure that it's not going anywhere. So if y'all are doing this anywhere, please be safe. But this is our spanner wrench here, and what these ends do, they go in here like yay. I may have to raise this back up a little bit. Now what we'll do is we'll take a 1/2-inch drive socket, 1/2-inch drive ratchet, and I'll have to put a short extension to go right here, and we'll spin this around, and that'll take this end cap off. Well guys, our plan didn't work. Sometimes where these seal around here, they are so tight, and I don't know what this one was torqued with the factory, but I've tried to put that spanner wrench around there, it won't move. I tried to come out and put a small cheater bar, if you will, and I didn't want to break my ratchet. So then I took a punch and put it inside here just to see if I could break that seal, but it still didn't go anywhere. So we're going to have to go from the inside, but right there is the nut. There, up there is the bottom of the cylinder. So we've got to go through there to get that. And looking at this through video wise, it's about 18 inches back there. So, oh well, here we go. All right, so what we'll do is, like I said, the bolt is down there, but there, behind here, behind the track, take this plate. There's one bolt here that holds this in, and you should be able to get to the top of the bolt, and hopefully I can get to the nut under there. This is the first one on this one we've done, so I hadn't done this one before. But if we can't do that, then I'll have to have somebody to hold my wrench here, then I'll go to the back and come in. All right, guys, day 2. Of course, things didn't go as planned. When I was going to take the cap or the head gland off of that, it would not budge. And this thing has an aluminum head gland on it, and aluminum and steel, they don't mix sometimes. So let me show you what we did. Bottom pin would not budge, of course. So I had to actually take and cut it out with a torch. There was no way for me to get in there. I'd burned GoPro, phone, everything else up. I actually took this down to a friend of mine at a machine shop, and they have got a large, it's not really a press, but it's a machine that you put cylinders in from this size up until, I mean, huge. But we've got it apart, and when you're doing the cylinder, always just check on the inside just to make sure you don't see any scratches or pivots or dips or dings or anything like that. This one does look good. I've already looked at that. Inside here are your seals. Again, that right there is just the outside seal. Then you have one seal here, and I don't know how this head gland seal did this. You don't usually see that happening. Now, I don't know if it was done from factory. I guess it probably was, because I didn't have any trouble out of it. But this is the main seal, this brown one, and this is just kind of a wear sleeve, if you will. You can see kind of it'll move around a little bit in there. But this one, that's your main seal, and when it gets cut, see that piece right there? That right there is causing all of our, now this being the piston, where the oil actually pushes against to push up. Like I said, we'll go together, and that goes on this end down here. But that's the way a cylinder works. At the bottom of it, oil comes in, pushes against this, that pushes your ram up out of the cylinder. Well, that's the bottom part down there. The top part here, when the oil comes in here, it actually pushes the cylinder back down because it's pushing oil pressure against here. Well, this part, it'll actually go back to tank. That's just a return back to the hydraulic tank. So anyway, let's try to build this cylinder. All right, we've got these two outside seals off. This one is an O-ring that goes into that groove right there. That seals it on the top inside here. And then this one goes to the bottom right there. But like I said, I don't know what happened to that dude. I'm gonna show you how to get these seals out the best. Well, I'm not gonna say the best way, but it's the way that I do it. And there's always a lot more people out there a lot smarter than I am on this stuff. So this one, you don't have to worry about an up or down. This one you do. And some of those have a backup seal to it also, so I'll show you that. The easiest way I found to get these out, like I said, these are split right there. They're split. If you can get behind them with a little pick, I'm talking about a pick like this, get behind it, and what I do is I get behind and push this in like that, and I just, when I work my way around and see those little marks up there, then I'll come to this side and push it in to itself and it'll collapse. Then you can get it out of the groove that's right there. So, and guys, I don't know if I can be able to, because I've got to have both hands and fingers and everything else down in here, but I will show you the way these seals come out, and I'll try to put them in, but I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not. All right, I've got this one started. And see how I've done, I've took the pick, let's just do it this way. I took the pick and gone to the back side of it. And look, this one does have a spring. That was good. Has a spring, so your spring will go to the downside like that. So what we'll do is, let's see if I can get my finger in there and pull the rest of the way out. And I'm gonna, there we go, like that. And then there's the main seal, and like I said, there is an up and down with this one. That spring, it goes to the downside, so you'll put this one in that way. And like I said, you have to fold these. I say fold them, push them in like that, and then work them in that ring down there. It's kind of a pain in the rear sometimes, but just be careful with it and don't tear it. All right, got that seal out. And this one, again, is the wiper ring that goes here. It's kind of a dust seal. It just folds in and goes to that top groove like that, and you can just take it, like I said, put a pick in it and push it out. But see the direction of it, like that, so that way you'll know. All right, all the seals are in there. There's no way I can show you how to get them in there. Just kind of cramped quarters in there, if you know what I mean. But I'll show you this last one, being the dust seal. Like I said, the ridge part on this one goes up. So taking this, put it in the slot, and just work it around. And it'll drop right in there like that. All right, O-rings on. Now, this one did not come with, this is kind of a neoprene seal, you know, the one that's got the bad place in it there. They've swapped these, and this little small one, that orange one, that's just a backup ring. It goes away from the oil or the top side towards your ram. And then you've got just a regular O-ring that goes under that. And that's the way they have redesigned this. Evidently they may have had some problems with, so look at your seals and examine them before you start trying to put them together. Chuck that up in the vise like that. Just make sure you don't touch the cylinder or the ram, because these are chromed, and you have to be very careful with them, because they will scar very easily, and that will also tear a seal. Now I coat the inside of this with white lube, like that, all the seals, and then I'll go ahead and just put some on the end where it starts to go on. And like I said, you can use hydraulic oil, but I just prefer white lube. A lot of people say, oh no, it's scratchy stuff. I've built too many engines and put white lube on everything. As far as I know, they're still running. Ease that on there, and then give it a good snug and push it right up there. That ring goes on. It's kind of what they call a bottoming ring. That way it won't go too far. There's a bevel to the piston. See that bevel there? See that ring there? That tells me that it went right there like that. Of course, I know how it went anyway. Piston goes on, and we use a new nut. It does have Loctite already there. This one is not, as far as up or down, they're the same. So we'll get that on there, we'll get it torqued down, then I'll show you how to put the cylinder together. All right, I'm gonna stick this cylinder together. I did go ahead and white lube here on the threads. Then also, I do that around the threads on the cap and also the piston. So Very gingerly ease that in. And when you put this in a vise, if you put it in a vise, don't squeeze it down because you will bend the tube. It's been done before. Slide that in and just start this nut. That's in essence what it is. All right, our threads are started. I like to do 2 or 3 rounds just to be sure. All right, let's get our spanner wrench. And we just keep right on a rolling around. And this does not have to be on here 4,319 pounds worth of torque. I don't know why it was torqued so much from the factory. They probably used one of those machines for quick assembly that you lock the cylinder down in and put it together. That's just for production. But when this seals and this head gland seats against here like this, and you can tell when it starts getting tighter, I'll give it about 3 or 4. Oop, yanks. Make sure it's in there tight enough where it doesn't move though. See, not everything goes exactly perfect. You ask any technician, mechanic, whatever you want to call us. All right, guys, got everything up hooked on the cherry picker there. Listen to put this down in the hole down there and get this rascal back together. Won't take just a minute, video wise. Hang on, we've got it back together. Got everything done. Got the lines and all hooked up, bled out, and fixing to bring this thing down and put it back in service. So again, thank you for watching Monts Family Homestead. We try to do a different thing here and there. We try to do different things here and there just to kind of make the channel interesting. So if you're not subscribed, hey, subscribe to us. Doesn't cost you a thing. Thank you for watching Monts Family Homestead. God bless you and have a great day.